Yet another disturbing discovery inside a Detroit funeral home. Last night, police removed the remains of 63 fetuses. This is from the Perry Funeral Home on Trumbull. That discovery now leaving a lot of families with a lot of unanswered questions. Sean Lay joins us tonight with the very latest in the investigation that also now includes several funeral homes.
And then the evidence.
Yep. Tape
and then
on
if you open it up, the police or investigators wrote Perry Funeral Home original records. And these are the fetuses that they were found. And you can see 4 fetuses, baby boy, 5 fetuses, 1 baby. Janet said her brother should have never been sent to Perry Funeral Home. Hospital also screwed up going to sue the hospital. Look at, they got the newspaper clipping of the death. Department of Health, certificate of death. Julian LeBranche. In October of 2018, residents of Detroit were shocked and horrified that state authorities had just made one of the most grisly and gruesome discoveries ever at the abandoned Cantrell funeral home. Cantrell had been shut down by the state of Michigan in April of 2018 for gross negligence and for deplorable and unsanitary conditions inside the funeral home. Maybe some of you even remember our abandoned central video on Cantrell Funeral Home from when I explored it back in the summer of 2018 after it had been closed down, but just prior to the authorities anonymously being tipped off about 11 decomposed and mummified infants in the funeral home's drop ceiling. All while Cantrell Funeral Home was in the midst of this downright appalling situation, another anonymous tip came into the state authorities just across the city. This time, it was the father of a deceased infant who suspected Perry Funeral Home of gross negligence and wrongdoing after his infant daughter was improperly buried. This would go on to be the start of a long list of other families that would eventually come forward to claim similar macabre acts done at Perry Funeral Home, ultimately leading to a police raid and a class action lawsuit in the near future. On October 19, 2018, just a week after authorities found the 11 infant bodies at the now notorious Cantrell Funeral Home of Horrors, authorities raided Perry Funeral Home and made yet another terrifying discovery. In what would seem like deja vu for the state authorities, they went on to uncover 63 fetuses and infants in various states of decomposition, with some being fully embalmed. Unfortunately, many of them were found unrefrigerated and in cardboard boxes. Some of the other allegations against the funeral home included cremains being mixed up, cremains being purposefully switched out, improper disposal of old fetuses dating back to 2015, failing to certify stillborn death certificates, gross conduct for the inappropriate removal of deceased bodies, and finally, negligence when they continued to embalm dead fetuses and infants without consent of the families. Perry Funeral Home also routinely gave infant remains to nearby Wayne State School of Mortuary Science, but then would fail to follow up with the parents to let them know where their deceased loved ones were actually at. This sparked outrage and public anger toward the once reputable funeral home. I checked the garages too, nothing. There's only casket holders out in them.
That's crazy.
And I did this one too. You'll see casket rollers and shit in there. There we go. Now, all we have to do is lock this. You wouldn't be able to get in. Sick ass map on the wall. Detroit map.
Yeah, that's cool.
I know, that is very cool. All the streets and shit. That is pretty sweet. But this is the office's admin. I mean, there's not much to it. You have a lot of death records over here. But it's, for the most part, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Most recent death records. Yeah, wild. Fucking like faxed death reports just like laying all over the place. Like what the? So crazy.
Cool.
You come through here though, there's some cool shit over here. This is all the deceased belongings, wallets, phones, jewelry, lighters, IDs. I mean, this one has gold rings in it. There's some of these gold rings in it. Look at that shit. I mean, just fuck. People's wallets. Fucking crazy. Get somebody's watch. God. Somebody's checkbook. That's a check right there too. Look at it. Pay to the order of.
Crazy.
Pension fund. That's his pension check. Look at that. Dude's got his pension check in here. Crazy, man.
Deer head.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
I think these are deceased clothing and shit too, because that's where like more shit in there. Oh, deceased shit, people shit.
It's crazy.
I know.
It's just safe right there.
I know. No, I don't think it is a locked. Yeah. Yeah, it's locked.
Alright, so, say you're an explorer, right?
Yep.
You open that safe, there's $5,000.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because this place has been closed for a while.
Yeah, I'm on the same wave.
Yeah,
To be
yeah.
honest, the economy is fucked right now.
There are situations where you would leave it. I'm not saying you would take cash every time you find something in an abandoned building, but in certain situations, it can be justified. Yep. There, and then here's the evidence. See, so they were raided in October 18th, October 19th of 2018. That's what it is.
Wow, that's
And then the
crazy.
evidence.
It has the evidence tape
And then
on
if
it.
you open it up, the police or investigators wrote Perry Funeral Home original records. And these are the fetuses that they were found. And you can see 4 fetuses, baby boy, 5 fetuses, 1 baby, 2 fetuses, 2 fetuses, 4 fetuses, fetus, 2 fetuses, 9 fetuses.
Jeez.
They ended up finding 64 fetuses in here. Some of them were mummified, some of them were unrefrigerated, some were in cardboard boxes. What a shame. That's eventually what led to them being shut down. And in fact, over here, from right after the raid, a week after, caller concerned about brother's remains, claims sister paid $650 for brother's cremation. Susan too upset to call the funeral home. Janet said her brother should have never been sent to Perry Funeral Home. Hospital also screwed up going to sue the hospital.
Jeez,
Yeah.
dude, that's crazy.
Yep.
Wow.
I think I read there's a class action suit or some lawsuit pending about the fetuses in Perry Funeral Home that is still undergoing, which is probably part of the reason why they left everything in here. They were shut down basically, by the state. This is actually their cash statements from I think it was the 50s. October, 55, January 1955. Cash sales, paid out. It's pretty cool. It's all handwritten.
Yeah.
Ledgers. They're all stacked up. I'm about to rock one of these, bro. Perry Funeral. There's like multiple.
I know.
Look at
That's awesome.
Had their own outfits and shit, man. But I mean, look at, dude. These are all death records. All death records. All this shit. Even on top is loaded with death records. Every one of these, man, is all death records. Perry Funeral Home.
Yeah.
There's so many of them, they can't even fit them in the cabinets anymore. I mean, it goes all the way back here. All the way down.
Jeez.
Unclaimed. This is interesting. These were unclaimed bodies.
Wow.
I know. Wild shit, man. This is interesting because look at all the metal funeral signs for like hearses. Look at all these that say Perry. Got some tools up here and some equipment. Not much to it though. Let's go down and see what we got. Yes, I always want to see these signs. Formaldehyde, caution, chemical storage, danger, formaldehyde. Yes. Welcome to Perry.
Check out this embalming room. Oh, this is sick.
Grimy. There's dead bugs and bodily fluid all over this grave. Dude, there's like a dead spider and then a dead beetle and then there's bodily fluid. Look at the grime on it. It looks like snot or bodily fluid. Toe tag, somebody's actual toe tag. Look at that. Mr. Walker, R.I.P. That is beautiful. Embalming room, full power too, and grimy. This is somebody's outfit that they were gonna wear, Mr. Larry Sanders. And wear for his funeral. More toe tags over there. Who's got the embalmer license on the hanging up? That's really cool. That's old. What year is that? John Lachowski, Detroit, embalmer. That is so cool. 1941. Got his embalmer's license. That's pretty sweet. Oh, look at the ground. Look at these gowns for funerals. Look at. It's got blood on it. Oh, more stuff. Look at all the stains on it. That's grimy. Ugh. Dude, no wonder this place closed down for unsanitary conditions too. Yes, that is right. This place did close because of the fetuses for the main part. For main reason was because of all the dead fetuses and infants that they discovered in here. But they had also found them guilty of, a whole slew of different things. But they actually found gross negligence, incompetence, fraud, deceit, a disgrace to the mortuary science field, heinous conditions, and negligent conduct. That's what the state investigators found inside this funeral home, Perry, in Detroit. Shut them down. Like I said earlier, although they temporarily reopened for a period of time, it was just too much. With class action lawsuits looming and outrage, controversy, protesting against the reopening, really did them in. And they closed down finally for good in 2023. Look at the tweezers and the suture thing and the scissors. Looks like some razors, maybe hemostats. Oh, bobby pins and eye caps. Wow. Of course you got the hair dryer and the razor there. Looks like a clipper back there, yep. Got some stuff up in the cabinets too, going all the way up. State Board Examiner and Mortuary Science, Perry Funeral Home. That's so sick. What year? 1949. That is so sick. Looks like some cosmetic spray, drying powder, embalming fluid, artery fluid, nail polish remover. Looks like some hair product, combs, creams, more combs back there. Mr. Perry? Look at that, people's stuff is still in here, like their jewelry and perfume, gold necklaces, rosary, sharps container, of course. But look at that, actual like deceased people's eyeglasses and jewelry. Pretty wild. Grimy embalming machine too. Jeez. Look at all the decay around the top of it. So grimy. Even the inside of that is pretty grimy. And the tubing coming out. What is this thing? Left cheek. Left eye. Nose guard. Upper lip. Wow, it's like somebody's anatomy kit or something. Some type. Where the organs go, maybe? I don't even know. I don't want to touch that stuff. That's gross. I don't even know where that's been. Is that another toe tag? I don't know. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that. Screws. Funeral mass and burial service for adult. More bobby pins and safety pins and needles. Look at all the needles in there too. There's like a needle in there. Casket keys, of course. It's pretty interesting. This drawer is still full of stuff. Yeah, there's another needle. Wow. It's so weird. What's over here in this one? More stuff for hair. Looks like just stupid stuff under the sink. Oh, what's that? More makeup product down there. Wigs, combs, blonder wig. There's another one. Looks like more tools. I can't even open that drawer. Pierce chemicals. That's the looks like part of maybe an embalming machine or a drainer of some sorts, because look at all the tubing going around. Some floral arrangement. The exhaust fan is actually covered, not sure why. It's weird. But look at all the makeup. Wound filler. Somebody's earrings and bracelets, maybe. More earrings there. Clippers, brushes, lip wax, you name it, it's here. Blush and mascara, an eyeliner, lipstick. Look at all those used lipsticks. So crazy. Surface restorer. More lipstick and nail polish. Cover up. Pigmentation. There's more cover up in the back there. And up here you got some, of course, the embalming fluid. Lots of embalming fluid left. Look at pigmentation for coloring of the skin to make it match with the deceased. And of course, there's more stuff way back behind the embalming fluid. You can't really see it through these terrible windows, but looks like just more makeup brushes and lipstick and some embalming fluid. That's a creepy, creepy foam head with a wig there. Some American flags. Some more lipstick, it looks like. Remember, the preparation room becomes sacred when families entrust us with one of their most precious possessions. Keep faith with them by conducting yourself as though the family were present. The This person is dear to them and should be treated reverently. Huh, ain't that something? Kind of like a oxymoron. Especially with everything that happened inside this place. With them being shut down for terrible and illegal business practices. It's a pretty small embalming room, obviously. Got somebody's cane over here. And plastic mask. Heater. Looks like a heater. Here's some more. This must be floral stuff here, maybe. And then look at the body lift on the tracks. So you could come all the way down and then go into the chapel right there. And then the track, you would probably hoist it back up. Yeah, there's the hoists right there, and the straps. See, this would actually unlock. And then you could open this bar up. And then the embalming room is right down there. There's the body lift again. Interesting. And a little chair lift here. Look at that thing. That thing's a beast. These are the straps, obviously, for the body. So now we'll head through here and see what's going on with this crap over here. Looks like just old casket holders. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any caskets in here. Another casket holder there. Floral arrangements. These are cool. These are old funeral flags for your car. Oh, that's so cool for the procession. Those are very old school. Like blue and white too, that's so cool. This one's like in cursive. Pretty cool. Oh, look at this. Let's see if I can turn this light off and get some, shoot, it glares a little bit. Looks like little girls holding a casket, carrying a casket of a loved one. Maybe that's the dad or something and mom passed or something, I don't know. It's old, black and white. Wild to see that, isn't it? It's kind of sad too. But look at this old, this is like a doctor's bag or something. Or an embalmer's bag. Oh, look. Yep, Undertaker Supply Company, Chicago, Illinois. Wow, now that is very cool. I wonder if they're still in business. Yeah, see there's scalpels and looks like maybe some hemostats, makeup, and some other tools down there. Wow, that's old. Jesus. Handles like wrapped in newspaper. Wow, that's so cool. It's all sitting on like a casket holder, as you can see. And here's more casket display holders. That's where the caskets would have sat. You can see the rust marks of where it would have been right here in the corner, and the lights where the caskets would have been. Then we make our way over through here. Oh, this is just a bathroom right here. And this is just laundry through here. Look at all this stuff though. More back, there's more through here. Wow, look at all the burial vaults. Burial vaults and teddy bears and keepsakes. Velvet keepsakes, velvet boxes and stuff. Probably to keep your cremains or your memories in. Genuine elegance. Interesting. Some of the teddy bears are still in plastic. Oh, there's one that's open already. Same thing, that's pink though. Hot pink. Loved and cherished. More teddy bears there, and then more boxes at the bottom. And the burial vaults too here. These are expensive. I'm sure these are just the samples, but yeah, see, these are cut away. So you can see what they look like inside. Oh, that one's sick. Pfft, the hell, I could have made that at home. See, the name goes there. Interesting. Monticello, Continental, Wilbur, all sorts of different brands. I'm sure they had more stuff in this room at the time it was open, but this is all that's really left of it. And then when you turn around though, look at this. There's actually, like, there's no real lights back here, but there's headstones or tombstones. Some used and some blank ones. Like these are, oh, okay, these are all blank. This one's got the man on it. Forever in our hearts. Praying hands. Cross. And this is Elizabeth Parker, beloved mother, 1967. Wow. Oh, 1900 to 1967. So she was 67. No idea why those are in here. Some lights. Looks like some more boxes you could purchase and stuff. Whoa! I almost fell off. Not sure what that's about. Before we go look at the offices, the actual offices, where like the secretaries worked and answered phones. Let's go upstairs in the attic. They came and closed this window. I swear that was open when I came in here the first time. Wow. Whoa. More licensures. Look at mortuary science license from 49. Another director, funeral director license of his. God, there's even more over there. Picture of a funeral home. Oh. Silver lamps. Sure what this is, some religious stuff. Yeah, this is all like religious stuff. This is the main, I guess you would say, chapel. Although there's not too much religious stuff going on. You can tell that's what it is for. As you have the podium there, and then the chairs set up for the family members and loved ones. Now here, over here, you see the Holy Bible. So that kind of lets me know that, or lets us know that this is the chapel. You got all this other stuff here. Some nice furniture going on. Play the music for the funerals. You can see the speakers right there. This place is old too, so it's making a lot of noises. Still creeped out by that noise. Flat screen TV over there. Podium again. Looks Looks like an atlas. Oh, there's some casket keys. Interesting. This is the view of the podium, obviously. For the audience there. Like it reserved for minister. It's all roped off. So here's the other visitation room. This one's pretty dark. I couldn't figure out how to turn the light on. Some floral arrangements. Some nice plants and chairs. Nothing much to it. And you can see this one has the fireplace. Grandfather clock. It's pretty nice. And this funeral home, I don't know how long exactly it's been a funeral home or how long it was a funeral home, but it was built in 1910 and definitely was a funeral home for like, well, from what I've read, something like 70 years, maybe even longer. Not sure that it was originally built to be a funeral home, but that's what it's been for the last 70 plus years. And then over here, got the grandfather clock. It's pretty nice. It's like mahogany or something. Can't really see it that well. God, you hear that noise? That's what tripped me out. It like suddenly came on. And I don't know what's going on, but it sounds like it's upstairs. Kind of scared to go up there. That banister's really nice. Probably original wood. The sign up there. Restrooms upstairs. You can see some stained glass in there. And there's the way into the chapel. And then this meeting room here. And another gathering room here. Just want to get the layout, make sure you guys get this layout because it's a little bit awkward. Look at this office stuff over here. Oh, this is a walnut flag cabinet for sale. So I guess for like veterans, you could put their, oh, it's locked. You could put their like shell casings in there and their medals and pins. It's so weird that they have actual casings still in there. That's bizarre. Whatever. Unless prior arrangements have been made, payment is expected before services. Look at, here's the CD player and music controls for the funeral home and for the funerals. More kids' toys. Tax. Michigan Funeral Directors Association. 2018, the year they got raided. Is this a casket book? This looks like a casket book, maybe. Oh, burial vault. Burial vaults. That noise stopped now. Jesus, $1,600 for those things. Expensive. There's more in here. Printing. Burial and funeral and price info. Another urn book. Look at Perry Funeral Home video tributes. Music. Wow. It's so weird. Tribute program scenes. Scenes from Carolina, Arizona, fishing, flowers. I guess depending on what your loved one liked. Montana. Where's Detroit? Detroit would have like abandoned buildings on it. It's interesting. So this must be in there. Yep, classic urns. Marble urns. Brass urns. Look at that, hand carved. Wow. These ones have like leaves on, or wings on them. Wow, that's pretty cool. Never even seen any of those before. Go up the stairs here. Look at this stained glass. Beautiful stained glass. Wow, that's, you know that's original too. Let's get close up of it. It's like floral pattern. This must be the stems, the green leaves. That's cool. There's like a switch over here to light them up, maybe. Look back down the stairs. And then here's the upstairs where the other offices are. I love that stained glass. It's so beautiful. And definitely original to the home, 1910. Over 110 years old, 115 years almost. Wow, that's beautiful. And look at the chime. Office. So anyways, back to the story. As we go into the office and take a look. On October 19, 2018, just a week after authorities found the 11 infant bodies at Cantrell, authorities raided Perry Funeral Home and made yet another terrifying discovery. This must have seemed like deja vu for the authorities, man. Because when they came here, they went on to uncover 63 fetuses and infants in various states of decomposition. Some were even fully embalmed. Unfortunately, many of them were found unrefrigerated and in cardboard boxes. What a disgrace. Look at these register books. I guess they were selling these so you could, like, I don't know, have people sign in for the funeral home, or for the funerals. Empty. Another one here. Yeah. Poems and stuff. Here's a visitor register. It's got the Perry Funeral Home name on it. Another poem. Relatives and friends. Oh, look. Speaking of Laura, licensing and regulatory affairs, the ones that shut them down, they got them on speed dial. Music favorites for funerals. Boys to Men. Sam Cooke. Michael. Aretha Franklin. There's my girl. Shout out to Aretha. We did her mansion. Check that out at Abandoned Central. Luther Vandross. Okay. Anyways, get another pan of this office here. You can see busy Trumbull outside. You can actually, that's a cool floral painting. See Wayne State over there. Nothing over here really, is there? Oh, it's just another children's book. Anyways, so state investigators then uncovered that Perry Funeral Home had been switching dead infants and fetus remains with other people, meaning they must have either done it on purpose or somehow got them mixed up and then gave the wrong cremains to the wrong families and stuff like that. It happened several times. Some of them were involved in lawsuit, including the original father of the deceased infant that tipped the authorities off after seeing the Cantrell Funeral Home on the news. So it was crazy because as notorious as Cantrell was, Perry was just as bad. however, didn't make the news nearly as much, for whatever reason. Anyways, they also had fetuses in here dating back to 2015, meaning that they held on to them for years. Look at the decay coming in here, which is against the law. They failed to certify death certificates. They failed to secure the proper permits for the removal of deceased bodies. I mean, good Lord. Another, this looks like another, another cremains box. Empty again. Make sure they're not hiding any fetuses under here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure all of them have been removed. Although on another video, state authorities claim that they removed all the bodies and cremains and we ended up finding more. But anyways, they also routinely embalmed dead fetuses and infants without the consent of the family. As we take a look at this small little kitchen up here, doesn't look like there's much to it. And on top of that, they also always gave infant remains to nearby Wayne State University School of Mortuary Science, but would fail to follow up with the parents to let them know where their deceased loved ones were at. Unbelievable. I mean, come on, these people need to know where their babies and their loved ones are, and you just go and give them to Wayne State Mortuary School and then don't tell the parents what's going on? Unbelievable. What a disgrace. Here's some more decay setting in. I really love this farm sink, by the way. This is like porcelain. It's in bad shape. You can see it's really damaged there and there. But man, look at that. That is a nice sink. It's got stuff up here. Still got the tongs. Nothing really though. Oh, and then this goes back down the stairs. Get a good view of the parking lot, so let's go check the parking lot real quick. Alright, looks like we're clear. So anyways, the Laura investigation, licensing and regulatory affairs, proved that Perry Funeral Home had heinous conditions and negligent conduct. That was their quote. Furthermore, they said their investigation found numerous acts of gross negligence, incompetence, fraud, and deceit in the practice of mortuary science. This is completely unacceptable, and we will not stand for this type of behavior. So the state was left really with no other choice but to immediately suspend the license and close Perry Funeral Home down. And although Perry Funeral Home fought the closure, they were actually allowed to reopen the following year in 2019, but they were prohibited from accepting the custody of remains of any unclaimed stillborn and born alive infants. Ultimately, this created backlash and protesting from many of the families involved in these cases, who would still push for the class action lawsuit. Unfortunately, Perry Funeral Home struggled to gain back its once highly reputable status, and in the end, it proved to be too much, and the funeral home was permanently closed last year in 2023. It is currently listed for sale for $1.2 million. So yes, you can have this haunting vacant funeral home for just under $1.2 million. And with the noises I keep hearing in here, I swear this place is haunted. I just heard something back in this room. Swear. God, that's creepy. Maybe it's these things going off, like air fresheners. I don't know. This place gives me the creeps. And I've been... You guys, look. I swear, I've been to more abandoned funeral homes than any other person. I will go on record right now and claim that. I'd love to see anybody try to say that they've done the amount of funeral homes that I've done. I'm not the man, I'm not the best, but am confident enough to say that I've done more abandoned funeral homes than anybody else. This place, for whatever reason, really creeps me out. As of 2025, Perry Funeral Home has since been cleaned out and even appears to have possibly been sold at the price tag of nearly $1.2 million. And that will take us to the conclusion of today's video on the infamous Perry Funeral Home, yet another Detroit funeral home of horrors. We certainly hope that you guys all enjoyed this video. Don't forget, drop us a comment, like the video, share the video, but most importantly, subscribe to Abandoned Central on YouTube so that you get all of our greatest and latest. Thank you for your continued support.